another of Hannah Blackwell's pieces here. And when she was starting to do this, her friend said, "Oh, I have a favorite French artist, and this is my favorite painting by that artist, and it's called The Newborn." But Hannah said, "Okay." And so she made an image like this for her friend, and she gave one to the museum. Did you take a shot of this one? This sometimes shows you that you can have a lot of fun with the lithophane, and you can see that the couple are looking up at a sculpture that probably is St. George and the Dragon. And there's a collection box down at the bottom, but if you look carefully at what the second gentleman, the third person, is doing, he's getting his own collection because he's picking the pocket of the other gentleman. So it's over here we have more of teapots and the bases. The first upper two are not Lithophanes, but they were part of Mr. Blair's collection, and they are the teapot and its base all together, which is one of those rare things that
What hours is the Blair Museum open?
The Blair Museum right now is open on Saturdays and Sundays from 1 to 4, from May through the end of October. It kind of goes along with when the visitors come here to the Botanical Gardens, which is soon to become the Metro Parks. There aren't a lot of winter type of activities that go on here in this park venue during those colder months. And so we rely on a lot of our visitors being those who do come to the park for other events and discover the Blair Museum. We also have a wonderful website, and we are in a couple of the good travel issues of the various magazines and other sites, so that we find that more visitors are away from Toledo than actually are in Toledo. Now, what you're photographing right now is not a true lithophane. It's done on a very thin piece of film at the top, and somehow or another Tara Polanski, who is an artist in Columbus, does something with a digital process and carbon to create an image, and something I don't understand at all as far as the process is concerned. And we have a good example of the fact that a lot of the images come from illustrations and books and from literature. So we have an illustration of Esmeralda and her goat from The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and over here from Faustus. And you can see sometimes that the installations and the images are enhanced with a lot of glass and embellishment around them.
This plume here, that was from the egret. In Europe, that's how the Audubon Society started, to save the
egrets.
Egret, right? Because they were killing it for the plumes.
Yeah. Just like they killed the beavers for the coats and the hats. And
quite colorful place.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. Okay, in the front here. I love that one. That's, yeah, I like the fun ones. Kind of amuse me a little bit. So what we have here now that particular lantern that was loaned to the Getty Museum in Los Angeles for a period of time. Now, these panels or these pieces were installed newly this year because our director has a talented lady who created the frames to hold them in place. But it illustrates the fact that in many of the nicer homes, the Lithophanes could be very well displayed in this way. And we have a photograph over here on the wall. This is in Hartford, Connecticut, the home of Samuel Colt, of the Colt revolver Samuel Colt. And it shows that in his home he very much liked Lithophanes. And so you see that a lot of the windows in his home had the Lithophanes installed in them, very much like we see in these pieces over here. What's cool about these is we can change their colors. Hmm? Oh, have fun. Well, I want to make sure he's got yellow. Yellow, we've decided, shows the Lithophane image the best, even better than white. See, white.
What else do we have in here? Oh, look at this.
See, white just doesn't do it quite as well, or we could do.
I want you to narrate.
Okay, so in picking up on the idea of the installation in the windows, our curator pulled out some of the other pieces that are hard to show in our other cases just because of their size, but gives you a good example of how some people would get some assemblages of Lithophanes that were installed probably in windows, maybe sometimes in a door, but mostly in windows, and they could pick and choose the images that they wanted to create in there, but the beautiful use of the glass also is important.
And then what is this, a wall?
This is a wall of our gift shop.
Oh, nice.
And these are works of art. They're created by a company in California.
So people can purchase these.
People can come in and
What are some
purchase
of the
these.
ideas of ranges of investment? The least, how much are the small pieces?
The smaller ones are 28, the smaller uncolored ones, and you know these are night lights, of course.
Yes.
And so
Well, that's a good price. They
yeah.
sell that for that museum.
And the colored one here is 33.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
good. So you can pick out.
And these are created the same way that we described at the beginning. There's a wax mold that's made, a wax image that's made. There's a mold that's created. Then of course just the whole manufacturing process takes over from there.